Hello, everyone. It's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel. Tap the notification bell. I'd appreciate it majorly. This is a newer story, not super new, but pretty new, about the press secretary for the president of Brazil, who was just with Trump, along with the president of Brazil in Mar-A-Lago, like 4 days ago, has tested positive for the coronavirus. That's him pictured there on the right. And there it is again. I don't know who that dude is there. And actually, he's pictured with Pence and Trump. So, by a couple different sources, two sources have told CNN Bolsonaro's health is being monitored. Bolsonaro is the president. Fabiowajngarten is the press secretary for Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro. Tested positive for coronavirus on Thursday. He tweeted, he tweeted that the guy the press secretary who's tested positive, something like he didn't deny that he tested positive. Basically, it comes just 2 days after Wajngarten met U.S. President Donald Trump in Florida. Bolsonaro's aide posted an image of himself standing with Trump and U.S. Vice President Mike Pence at Mar-A-Lago over the weekend. That's there. There's more too. I'm not sure. I've suspected that sometimes these stories might be fabricated, and it's meant to make Trump look like he doesn't mind if he's not worried about catching it himself, and so because he wants to exude confidence and wants other people not to be worried about catching it themselves, so that things don't come to a grinding halt. That's possible, but basically, obviously, beyond them just being pictured right there, and that's just one snapshot. We don't know what they were doing, at this event. This is at Mar-A-Lago, where things were fairly informal, and they were enjoying themselves. And actually, that photo there is taken from that guy's Instagram account, okay? And there it is right there, and it says from 4 days ago. But immediately with that photo is another photo of himself. He's the president of Brazil's press secretary. He travels with him. He's obviously, in close proximity with him all the time. And there he is pictured, at Mar-A-Lago together, thumbs up together. But the crazy thing is, right next to the president is here's a video of Trump he has on his Instagram account, of Trump speaking alongside of the president of Brazil at Mar-A-Lago with other guests with a microphone. And then he asked the president of Brazil if he'd like to say a few words. And he hands, and that's where the video ends. And he's just about to hand the microphone to the president of Brazil. This is a microphone, that if the president of Brazil has caught the disease from his press secretary, his press aide, and he's sharing a microphone with Trump, that's pretty crazy for sure. It's.
He's constantly out negotiating with the United States. And that's okay because he's Brazil is doing very well. He's an incredible leader. And it's an honor to be with you all. And
Yes, well, birthday's celebration is celebrating you.
Well, thank you very much. And so maybe the president would like to say a few words. President of Brazil.
There it is. That's the extent of it. So. Let me just quickly, summarize some of the main points of this article. But it's the Brazilian president's press secretary test positive for coronavirus days after meeting Trump. Fabiowajngarten, the press secretary of Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, tested positive for coronavirus on Thursday. That's today. Two sources have told CNN Bolsonaro's health is being monitored. It comes just days after Wajngarten met U.S. President Donald Trump in Florida, along with Pence. He was accompanying Bolsonaro on a trip to the U.S., during which the two leaders dined together earlier in the day. The pair had spoken to reporters about the coronavirus outbreak. I'm not concerned at all, Trump told the press. He had been asked about his attendance at the CPAC conference, where another person was also tested positive for coronavirus. Trump said he was aware of the aide's diagnosis during remarks in the Oval Office, and that's about CPAC. Fairly certain that the individual who has tested positive, a Brazilian government official who attended an official meeting at Donald Trump's resort in Florida on Saturday and posted a photo of himself standing next to the president, has tested positive for coronavirus. The Brazilian newspaper said on Wednesday, Fabio Wajngarten is Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro's communications secretary and has accompanied the far-right leader on a visit to Florida that included dinner with Trump at Mar-A-Lago. In a response to the article, Wajngarten wrote on Twitter that he is healthy. However, he did not deny that he tested, I guess, positive for the virus after returning to Brazil. The newspaper also reported that Bolsonaro and his staffers are being monitored for possible signs of the disease. President Trump on Thursday told reporters he wasn't concerned about contracting the coronavirus after he was asked about the report on Wajngarten. You know, and I noticed in the halls of Congress after he had met with Republican congressional leaders about a stimulus package and so forth, that, I don't know, his eyes looked different to me. Somebody mentioned that he sounded sick last night during his televised speech in the Oval Office. I didn't really pick that up, but it did seem to me that in the halls of Congress that his eyes looked weird, as did Pence's eyes sort of in this video where he's being interviewed by Allison Camerado about the declining test numbers and so forth. And that was from earlier today. And it seemed like their eyes a little bit red, like reddish, It just seemed like...
And had we not acted quickly, that number would have been substantially more. But we just had a meeting with stimulus, and you'll be hearing about it soon, but it was a great meeting. There's great unity within the Republican Party.
And that was after Saturday. I don't know exactly what day that was. I think that was the day before yesterday, or the day before that. I believe it was probably Monday or Tuesday. But his eyes seemed to be a little bit inflamed or whatever. And I was just looking up to see if that's actually a symptom of coronavirus. And it seems as though, even though they don't know, this is not a very well documented disease. But it seems as though that could be a symptom. It's basically pink eye. How is the new coronavirus related to your eyes? Patients who have contracted the new coronavirus may have ocular symptoms. Conjunctivitis is an inflammation of the membrane covering the eyeball. It is often referred to as pink eye. Conjunctivitis often presents an injected red and weepy, wet and weepy eye. Viral conjunctivitis is known to present with upper respiratory infections, colds, flus, and may be a symptom of COVID-19 virus. A recent study of hospitals across China was published in the New England Journal of Medicine, found conjunctival congestion or red infected eyes in 9 of 1,099 patients with, that's not a lot though, with a confirmed diagnosis of coronavirus. Anyways, the main story is that the president was in extremely close proximity with the press secretary of the president of Brazil, who's tested positive for coronavirus. And the thing that was most shocking to me was this video where, this individual travels with the president of Brazil in close, proximity. He works with him. They have a working relationship, very strong working relationship, being he's his press secretary. So, and there they are together, pictured together, doing the thumbs up. And the president of Brazil sharing a microphone with the president, is a little bit concerning, I would think. And that is the story there, man. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I will see you in the next video. Later, man.